Hey everybody, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. As usual, I got records everywhere. Just did that video of the top 100 most valuable records in my collection. So, yeah, I got records all over the couch here. But anyways, that was kind of a fun one to do. As always, I got a bunch of naysayers on there. You're all about the money, you money grubber. But anyways, I'm fine with it. That's fine. Because the thing is, honestly, most of the really interesting records that I show are expensive ones anyways. I mean, most everything else you've heard before, so, whatever. Anyways, had a really good week this week. Right now, my wife is out running some errands, so I'm at home with both boys. So they're running around the house. They're making a ton of noise. My room now is attached to the house, so I can hear and see in. But anyways, so they're playing, they're having a great time. They're probably going to interrupt the video at some point, and I'll have to stop. But I thought I would try to do a video anyways. This is the middle of the day. I never do them in the middle of the day, so I'm nice and chipper. I've had many cups of coffee, so just made this when it's hot. But got a lot of cool records this week, more than expected, and very few of them are from online. So pretty cool. Number one, let's see. I can pair these up. Number one, probably one I'm most excited about, is this original Ice Cross record. So stoked about this. A friend of mine, shout out to Christian, he's got an Instagram page called Placebo Records, and he always, him and I have very similar tastes and stuff, so, he likes, he's a little bit more, he's more into Zamrock than I am, if you can imagine. As into Zamrock as I am, there are some guys that are much more into it. So he's really focused on Zamrock stuff, and so anyways, so I bought this off of him. He was trying to buy something else, and he needed some cash. So I've been eyeballing this. I've been wanting it, and he's like, "Hey, do you have this record?" And I'm like, "No, I do not. Let's do a deal." So he gave me a good deal on it. Stoked to have this. This is an original press, super rare. Yeah, from Iceland, hard rock, amazing guitar work. This is a wicked record. I mean, it's so rare. I mean, to find one over here in the States is ridiculous. And he's like, "Hey, I threw in a free record for you in there. So, enjoy." And so he threw in this Machine Gunners record, which this is a Zamrock record. And he had a disc in there. He's like, "The disc is super warped. I don't know if you can fix it." And the disc was a lost cause. There's no way I could fix it. But the thing he didn't know was I had a really nice disc for it, and I was just trying to find a cover. With Zamrock, sometimes it's like that. You can find a disc and you don't have the cover, or vice versa. So I was really excited to get the cover. It's just a cool cover anyways, but it's called the Machine Gunners. Cool. That's one of the rare Zamrock ones you don't see very much. So now I have a cover and a disc, so I'm really excited about that. I got a lot of really cool stuff. Another one came from Zambia. It's called From Exile. I just uploaded a post about this on my Find This Record channel, or Find This Record Instagram account. So Derek Moyo, I've posted about that record before. This is his first record, and I think it's a lot better. But it's got a lot more guitar, cool synthesizer stuff. But yeah, this is a killer record. He was a member of Museo Tunya. So that's a really cool one. Let's see. I had this Vinyl Cup Records. I'm gonna talk about them in a little bit. I got a lot of records from them yesterday. So the kids are getting out of hand. I can hear them just destroying the house. Another nice dude on Instagram. He worked for Square Cat Records, and he said, "Hey, we have this really rare private press psych record that came in. Do you know about it? Do you need it?" This is Zerfus. And I was like, "Yes, I do know about that, and yes, I do need it." This is a really cool record. I've been looking for a couple years. When I first opened the shop, this couple came in and they were talking to me, and they're like, "What are you into? What do you collect?" And I was like, "I'm really into rare psych stuff." And the guy was like, "My uncle was in this band called Zerfus." And it's and I'd never heard of it at that point. And I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." So I called the guy, and I was like, "Do you have any copies?" And he's like, "We have one copy, and we're not getting rid of it." So since then I've been looking for it. It's really hard to find, and yeah, it's on 700 West, the same as Primeval, that really killer hard rock record. And yeah, it's really good psych stuff. It's got like, it's 73, so it's got the psychedelic feel to it, but there's also like synthesizers and stuff, but I wouldn't really necessarily call it prog. It's pretty cool. So then as I was buying that record from him, he gave me a great deal on it. Really appreciate it. Great service, all that. He was like, "Are you looking for anything else?" And I said, "Do you have anything, rare psych, prog, anything on the wall?" And he's like, "This Vindication record's been on the wall forever. I don't think anybody wants to pay that price. It's a Christian, like, prog record." And it's killer. I've heard of it, but I hadn't heard it in a while, and so I listened to it, and I was like, "Yeah, I do want it. How much would you do on it?" And we did some haggling, and he gave me a really, really, really sweet deal on it. So I'm excited to have this. Somebody commented on my Most Valuable Records video, and they said that was the prog equivalent to Fraction Moonblood, which I don't think is that good. It's good, but it's not Fraction Moonblood good. So anyways, I'm going to share a couple more I got online. I got this one online. This is a Nevermind the Bullet. It's got a really good deal on this. It came up on eBay, and it's a promo copy. It's really clean. It's got the sleeve with it and everything. Really clean promo copy with the stickers. Could not turn it down. I've been wanting a promo of that. And then this is a promo that I have been wanting forever, and I've never seen one come up. And I've talked about my friend Lonnie. He found one at a yard sale or something and brought it in the shop. It's a Neil Young Harvest promo, and these actually, they didn't come in a white label. It's just regular. Everything's regular but that sticker. But still, I was like, man, I gotta have that. And so we did some trading, and he made sure that I got it. It's really clean. I'm so stoked to have it, man. I'm a Neil Young fanatic. I'm a promo fanatic. Keep having to jump up. So the next group of records I'm going to show, I got some really killer stuff at the end too, but I really want to get to this stuff. So a few years ago, I met this guy. His name is Luke, and he owns some record stores. He has a really cool story. I don't want to share his story because it's not mine to share, but really cool, inspiring story about starting a record shop, and then starting another one, and then starting another one until I think he has 5 or 6 shops now. And it's the coolest thing, man. And so me and him get along really well. We have very similar convictions about things, and the way we run our shop and the way we do things. And he's like we joke about how we're the same person, but he lives in Omaha, and he has some shops in Omaha and Nebraska. So anyways, super cool guy. Didn't think I'd meet him. I mean, eventually maybe, but we long distance type of friendship. So he kind of helps out with like Oh Boy Records, which is John Prine's record label. They do a bunch of exclusives, and they're still a very active label. And so he does a lot with them. And so there's a thing called the Oh Boy Roadshow. Check it out. They do breweries and stuff. So they go around to breweries and they do pop-ups all around the country. And so they were doing that. And he called me the other day. He's like, "Hey, we're going to be in Charlotte. Would you let us do a pop-up at your shop?" And normally I would be like, no, because, it doesn't make sense for someone to set up records at my shop and sell them and me not getting any money. So he was like, we'll help you. We'll make it worth your while, whatever. And since it was him, I was like, yeah, I trust you. Whatever. And so he actually isn't with the roadshow, but he flew in just to meet me and talk and everything. And really cool guy. He gave me a bunch of free shirts. So this is the one I'm wearing today. I was wearing another one yesterday, but yeah, just a really cool guy and really generous. He gave me a bunch of free records, and ended up, like, he was going to give me, like, whatever used records that I wanted out of their stash, but I picked too much, and I was like, I have to pay you some money for these, because I went nuts, man. And sometimes when I get around other record store owners like him, and he collects and everything, but he's not nuts like I am. Like, he said he had like 1,200 records, and I'm off the rails crazy, so I had no self-control, but I was picking through. I was like, dang! The first one that made me, like, audibly gasp and say a word I shouldn't have said was this Alexander Spence Or. He had this as a super clean copy. So this is going to a very good friend of mine. He's been wanting one for a really long time, and I told him the next copy I get would be his. We do some trading back and forth, so very cool. This next one is called Mean and Evil Blues by Joe Carter. This is like a private press blues record. But, like, it's so cool. Well, that's kind of a scandalous label. YouTube's going to block me. But anyways, yeah, this private press. I listened to this. Had never heard of this, but that cover, you gotta buy that when you see it. And it wasn't a cheap record, so I kind of was like, never seen it before. And it's like electric blues, really, really good stuff. Surprised I never heard of it. It's amazing. This one, which I've been looking for, this is From the Pond. The name of the band is Froggy Beaver. So this is just one that really clean copy. But in my pursuit of the record Toad, I had heard sleeve's messing up. I had heard of this record, and I don't know. It says like it's got like a limited edition number stamped on there. It's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. But this is an original press. But in my pursuit of Toad, this record I saw, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. And it's really good. It's not anything like Toad, but it's really good, like psychedelic hard rock. Good stuff. From the Pond, Froggy Beaver. But I didn't expect him to have such heavy stuff at this pop-up. And because I asked him, I was like, you got any good used stuff? He's like, yeah, I got some. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. It's not anything crazy. He's like, just like Journey and stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And so he brings it, I'm digging through it, and I see that Skip Spence, and I'm like, what the heck? And like all these records I've been looking for, and he's like, oh man, this stuff doesn't sell in Nebraska and Omaha. This stuff just kind of has been on the shelves forever. And I was like, so anyways, this one is another one I've been looking for. This is a cornucopia. It's on the Brain label. Full Horn. It's the original press on that green Brain. Man, I love anything on that label, man. And I've been looking for this for a long time. But it's the type of thing you're not going to find in the U.S. You got to go online for it. And he bought this killer collection of psych and prog stuff a few months ago. He told me about it, and I kind of helped him out with some advice on some of the stuff. And in return, he sent me that Paisley's record, which is killer. But so some of the stuff was still left over, and I hadn't thought to ask him, like, hey, send me a list of what you got. I just was like, well, whatever. Because, when you got good stock for your store, you don't always want to share it with other stores, so I, let it be. I get stuff enough. So anyways, but to find this stuff, and not have to go online for it, it's crazy. This is another one on the Brain label, Osmundi, 34 Miniton. This is one I didn't even know about, but it's on the Brain label, and it's like killer original German press prog, and I looked it up, and it looked really good. So yeah, it's a cool record, man. And both of these are killer, man, killer prog stuff. And so it's kind of funny. I'm out because they set up outside my shop, so I'm out at my shop like digging, like it's just funny. Funny probably for everyone to see me out there like digging at my own shop, really. But this is an original Agent Orange, Living in Darkness. Also had there, and I don't know. Because they had like a lot of stops before Charlotte, and all this stuff still survived in the bins, and I was like, what the heck? But it's all kind of high dollar stuff. But he ended up giving me a really sweet deal on everything, and because he was going to give me a little bit of a cut anyways, and so he also cut me a really good deal on this stuff. So Agent Orange, original punk, great stuff. It's regional to them, you know, but I never see it. This is a first press of Michael Hurley, Moisey. I found the other Michael Hurley record. This is on Rounder. This is really clean. The other one I have is like a VG copy maybe, but this is a really, really clean one. Armchair Boogie is what I'm thinking about. I found maybe 2 months ago. Original press of that. I was really thrilled, but yeah, it's nice to find the original Michael Hurley stuff. This is a Primus the Brown album, original press. You never see like original 97 press on Interscope. Never see that stuff around. So I was like, I'm not a huge Primus fan, but I have friends that are, and I do. I mean, that one's really killer, so had to grab it. There's a few more I kind of took a shot at the dark on. This Ron Elliott, the Candlestick Maker. I have heard this before and really liked it, and I've been kind of looking for a copy. I heard it on YouTube or something, really liked it. It's not like a huge mega grail or anything like that, but it's like singer-songwriter, country-ish, if my memory serves me correctly, but I just grabbed it since it was there. This one is one of those things, I don't know why I bought this, probably just for the cover. This is a soundtrack, Dr. Fibes, and it is a weird, I listened to part of it, it is weird. But I bought it because I'm a weird person, and it looked good. This is a Psych album I've been looking for a long time, never seen. This is The Moon Without Earth. Just like, got that really killer late 60s, like 68 psychedelic sound. This is in really good shape, but it came from that Psych collection. So, nice stuff. And then, let's see, I'll go for like, so, hold on, they do exclusives and stuff. I'll show you those in a minute. But while we're on this Brethren record I didn't have. I have another one of their records, but really good, affordable hard rock stuff. Brethren's really good. And this is one I have no idea what this is. This is called D'Artagnan Influences. It's a really weird record. It's not like worth a lot or anything, but anything private press like that, I grab. This is one called Deepwater Reunion. Same thing, private press. It's got some like autographs on the back. Don't know anything about it. I'll have to listen to it. Sorry I keep having to start and stop this video. My kids are like out of control. Okay. So they had a lot of exclusives. Really cool stuff like so Vinyl Cup Records, his shop, and then Oh Boy, the label. They all do exclusives. Do some killer stuff, and it's all in the vein of singer-songwriter leaning towards country thing, which I actually really like. And so, you know, I'm a big Towns guy and John Prine and all that. So there's some John Prine exclusives. This German Afternoons. This is actually, I don't think they've actually released this, but you can get it on the Roadshow if you see them. This Tree of Forgiveness. There's a song on here, Summer's End. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And this is weird, but when we were moving, I was looking for, we were looking for another house to move into. And I was trying to find the right place, and we had looked at this place before, and for some reason I had a bad feeling about it. You know, sometimes you got to trust your gut. And when I was pulling up in the driveway to give it a second look, I was listening to that song, and there was a part that says, you know, something about the house we both thought was haunted, and I was like, maybe that's just Shine, and I just put it in reverse Terry and got out of there. But anyways, glad we didn't, because we got this house and it's way better. But that's a killer record. And then this Aimless Love, it's never been reissued before, but they reissued it as exclusive. I think it just came out, or it's not out yet. But anyways, another cool one is this Arlo McKinley, which I didn't know anything about. This one is called Die Midwestern, and it's autographed. Like a lot of these exclusives are autographed. And then I did listen to that one a little bit. I really like it, Arlo McKinley. But yeah, you know, really good singer-songwriter, leading toward country type thing. And this is another one of his, Arlen McKinley. This Mess We're In. This was autographed. And he hasn't asked me to like put in a good word for him or anything. He's just such a nice guy, and it's a cool event. So if they're coming through your town, I'll post some information about it in the description or comments or something. If they're coming through your town, you should definitely go. It's a cool event. But there's a couple more exclusive. This Trey Burt, I haven't listened to this yet, but both of these records look really cool. And those are, I don't know, those are probably the same thing. And then this one I listened to more than any of them. This Emily Scott Robinson, American Siren. This is a really cool record, and it's autographed. And there's a song in here called "If Trouble Comes A-Lookin'," and it's good. But I mean, it's that almost Dolly Parton vein, just really good stuff, man. I mean, the songs are, she's writing songs that are really, they're really simple, but like if you've ever written a song, you know it's not as simple as it sounds, but like really thought-provoking and powerful. But I mean, I couldn't write a song like that. Simple is not a bad thing, but it's like songs are like so good, and certain lines that hit you and you're like, dang, that's good. I bet she was like excited when she thought of that, you know, like just killer stuff. But anyways, I don't know. I always wanted to be a songwriter, and I write a lot of songs, but none of them are anywhere as good as that. But that's some killer. This is a really cool one I found this week. This is called Black Drops by Charlie Earland. Sometimes he goes by Charlie Earland, sometimes he goes by Charles Earland, but really good funky stuff. This is an amazing record. I had to take this off the other day. I had it playing at the shop, and multiple people were like, I want that. And I've had it before, but it's always been in bad shape, so I've gotten rid of it. But this one's in really good shape. Really funky record. I think it only goes for like $20-$30. So that's some cheap heat for you. Someone came in the shop the other day and brought this in, Chain of Strength. This is like a comp. I think they put out a bunch of 7-inches, but it's kind of a 90s hardcore thing. This is an original press from 1995 on green vinyl, but put this on, really enjoyed it, so it'll stay with Daddy for a while. This is an original Jane's Addiction Ritual, and it is in super sweet shape. That one's been on my list as well. This is one I actually got on eBay. Been very good about not shopping on eBay, but got a really good deal on this. This is the Doug Dugs, some like Mexican psychedelic rock. Really cool stuff. This is an original press on RCA. So if you've stayed with the video this long, then you got to see those tasty treats, and you sat through my ridiculous rant. This is my my cousin Colby. It's his contracting business. He's a contractor. We grew up together. I had a bunch of sisters. He had a bunch of sisters, so we were like brothers, really close. And in our adult life, we've not kept up as much as we should. So went to a family reunion on Saturday. I haven't seen him in like 5 years. Got to see him and meet his kids. He's got almost 3 kids. He's got 2 and 1 on the way. And really cool to meet up with him. But he's got a cool contracting business, and so we got to catch up and talk, and we traded hats. I gave him a Noble Records hat. He gave me this hat, so pretty cool. But anyways, so in summation, thanks for sitting through my record talk and rants. And check out the vinyl, I would say Vinyl Cup because that's the name of his shop. But check them out, and then also check out the Oh Boy Roadshow. If you're anywhere near them, man, it's a really cool event. They got some really cool stuff. A lot of like autographed, exclusive stuff like that. Really neat. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.